You don't quit your goals because you lack discipline. You quit because you've turned self improvement into pressure, and somewhere along the way, you lost yourself. You started chasing a version of you that you don't even want. I just want to clarify before we start this video that I got nothing against vision boards. On the contrary, I'm just so amazed by the fact that you can create a board and literally visualize how you want your life to be, and that thing can actually happen. I just can't get to fix my hair in any way I like it right now. Okay, that's good. So, in this video, you're gonna learn a few critical mistakes you do when you create your vision board that it could stop you from actually achieving it. And this is inspired by my own personal struggles creating a vision board this year, because I would, let's just say it hasn't been a very creative and very inspiring process, and I haven't exactly done a vision board for this year. I'm struggling. I'm struggling very seriously, but I decided, you know what? I'm gonna create a video about it, because what if someone else out there struggles for the same exact reasons, and perhaps I could help you. Perhaps this is exactly what you need to figure out what's stopping you from creating your own dream life. So let's start with just a very basic phrase. Stop using your vision board as a pretty guilt trip. Because you get so inspired by other things, by someone else's life, that you're creating a vision board based on aesthetics. You get so focused in planning that vision board to look pretty, to have that dream vacation, that dream villa on Lake Como, a millionaire husband, and a Rolex watch. I think that all of us have the same goals in life. That is to be successful. But every one of us has a different idea of what success looks like. But if you haven't exactly figured out what success looks like to you personally, then your vision board is gonna lack personality. It's gonna lack you, and it's gonna lack that spark. So if you're putting on that vision board things you think you need, like it starts to kind of feel that there's only one life to actually want, then you're gonna end up with a vision board that looks like a pretty magazine. And instead of being there to inspire you to get what you want and motivate you to chase your dreams and your goals, it's gonna be there to remind you of what you don't have. Because every year, when it ends, and you're gonna look back at that vision board and you're gonna realize, shoot, I haven't done like anything on that vision board. I am a failure. I hate myself. Let's create another one. And then it's not gonna work again, and you're gonna be disappointed, and you're gonna be like, screw visions, screw goals, I'm a misery, I'm trash, that's it. Goodbye visions, goodbye dreams, goodbye goals, that's it. Well, basically, most of that is because you haven't set the right goals. And it's something you might already be familiar with, because there's just so many vision board videos out there that explain this topic. When you create a vision board, you gotta be somewhat, to some point, realistic. What we want, of course, is delusion. The most successful people out there were people who were delusionate. People who really intensely wanted something that seemed so crazy at the time that it felt unreal. And think about it. When the Kardashians first started their show, they were delusionate. And that delusion is good. They believed it and they made it. But for us, mere people, if we do not have that exact delusion and we have at least one hint of doubt inside us, then we're not gonna succeed our goals. We have to truly believe what we put on that piece of paper. For some of us, it might work to put something there until we kind of convince ourselves that we want it. But if you have to convince yourself to believe in those things, then maybe what you're lacking is not a pretty vision board. What you're lacking is knowing yourself better, I would suggest starting a journal. Start writing a lot about random things. I find that I cannot really answer the question of what do I want to be in life, what do I want to do in life right now. Currently, what I want to do is just enjoy life. Be there when the sun shines, get my vitamin D, spend time with my loved ones, and just create pretty memories. I cannot really answer what exactly I want, and it's one thing that I struggle with my vision board. You gotta figure out what you want. And I think journaling helps with that. You have to define what success means to you. And it's such a crazy concept because if you don't know what success means to you, then why are you creating a vision board? Because you're only gonna end up putting things there that are gonna make you feel bad about yourself. They're only gonna remind you of what you lack. You cannot just put pretty pictures on a board, hang it out there, and hope that the universe figures it out. The vision board is a tool. It is there to ground you. It is there to remind you of what you promised yourself. You have to visualize the big image and actually believe in it, because if you don't believe in it, you're lying to yourself. And just because it's the start of a new year's and you feel pressure to suddenly, I don't know, change everything about your life, it doesn't mean you actually have to. It doesn't mean that because the calendar suddenly says 2026 that, okay, you know what, I'm throwing everything away and I'm gonna start from zero. It's not gonna work. At least not for a lot of people. For a very small percentage it works. If you're that percentage, which I hope you are, and you make it work, then good for you. It doesn't work for me. We gotta go hard way. I only recently started being a bit more familiar with the term believing in yourself and having a bit of self-confidence, and I'm working on it because you build on confidence. It's something I did not have growing up. So if you have a habit of usually not believing in yourself, then dreaming big sometimes might feel like you're being a clown. It's important to realize two keywords: the keyword tool and the keyword mindset. And consider a side of aesthetic goals. A vision board, sure, is something romantic. It's something beautiful to create. But you cannot just put the pretty visions out there. You gotta create vision boards that romanticize the boring middle. At least for people like us, for people that are a bit slow in trying to figure out things. Every year I discover something new about myself. And halfway through the year, you might change. And it's okay if you change your mind. Then that means you stay true to yourself. You gotta give it some flexibility. What I suggest what I suggest is creating themed vision boards. For example, you can start by creating a vision board that's dedicated to the hobbies you want to try this year, or a vision board that's dedicated to romanticize and to remind you why you want to draw, for example, this year. And that is there because if you, for example, one day decide, I want to draw, okay? You don't have to try to inspire yourself watching an artist's day in the life so you get inspired by that artist. You don't have to change your life with vision boards. You can remind yourself of the small things that you lost along the way. I don't necessarily have to figure things out. I don't think this year is gonna be the year when I end up, I don't know, a millionaire. But one thing I do have on my vision board for this year is to focus a little bit more on creating YouTube videos, because it's been on my goal list for many years, and this year is the year that I'm trying to actually make it work. Currently, it's very hard to create videos for me right now because I tend to blabber a lot and stray away from the topic just like I did right now, but Every time I doubt myself, I look at my vision board and I see that little corner right there, and I remember, you know what, I said I'm gonna do this year. Even if I fail, even if I'm embarrassed, even if it feels like I'm not doing well, and if it's the fourth time I'm filming this video, it's okay. It's okay. It's something I do for myself, and it's something that helps me. I'm gonna tell you more about it uh, at a different time. If I could sum up some of the things I said until now, is definitely journal, try to figure out what you want, be realistic, but don't stop dreaming big, and create vision boards that set more as, I don't know, bucket lists or mood boards or inspo boards. Categorize them according to different things. And my last point is that in order for you to work out all of the beautiful visions that you have, because I am not in no way trying to discourage you to create a pretty vision board. I'm not going to tell you what to put on it. It's your choice to create your vision board. Whether it's you dreaming big or dreaming small, everything is okay. As long as you're being true to yourself. But as long as you put in the effort. And in order for you to put in the effort to do all of those pretty beautiful things that you want to do, you have to have energy. Do not forget to take care of yourself along the way. If you're dehydrated, if your sleeping schedule sucks, if you don't get enough sunlight, if you don't move, if you don't get your vitamins, if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, then these things are gonna drag you down. Imagine you creating a beautiful list that expects your 100% every day, and you expect to be your 100% every day. It's normal that there's gonna be days when you're gonna be at your 10%, days when you're gonna be at your 30%, days when you're gonna be at your 60%, and some days when thankfully you're gonna be at your 100%. But for every percentage you're gonna be on during the day, you owe it to yourself to take care of your body. Because you cannot wake up tired every day and expect to drag yourself to create the life of your dreams. You're only gonna end up hating it. Hating the process, quitting in the middle, and then you're gonna blame yourself when it's actually not your fault. It's not a discipline thing, it's an energy thing, and motivation follows energy. So take care of yourself. Start drinking water. Keep it in simple. Install an app block so you start going to bed earlier. Prioritize sleep. It sounds stupid. It sounds like such a self-explanatory thing, and I know people that have such bad sleeping habits and they just claim that, honey, this is so not it. Like, I sleep well. I'm okay with 3 hours of sleep. No, you're not. You might feel like it, but your brain needs more sleep. Just start working on some basic improvements first, and all of the rest, I promise, all of the rest are gonna work out. But first, figure out the physical things, figure out a way to keep your body healthy and happy. Then keep your brain healthy and happy. Figure out what you want, figure out who you are, figure out what you like, and remember that it's okay to sometimes stray away from the path. The camera battery decided to die on me. That's insane. But what I was saying is, don't be afraid to also step away a little bit from the path. Because sometimes it's when stepping away and you're doing other things that you figure out new things about yourself. But stepping away does not mean quitting and rotting and doom scrolling. Stepping away and taking a break always means recharging yourself with creativity, with, I don't know, talking to people, resting, and actually truly resting, giving your body a break, not whatever else we're so used to doing. Anyways, that's about it, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up so I know I'm doing a good job. And I hope that you figure out whatever it is you want in life, that your pretty visions work out, and that you have a beautiful a beautiful life overall. Like, fill it with beautiful memories, surround yourself with people who love you, be a loving person to those people, love yourself, be kind, and everything's gonna work out. I hope you get the life of your dreams, and even better than that. Like, don't see anything as a ceiling. You shouldn't. You should strive for above and beyond. Cheers.